Hey everybody, it's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning August 10th through August 16th, 2020. So we have a very interesting card this week, Storm Warning. I think there are a number of different meanings to this card. I know it appears at first glance to be something dire, but that's not really the way I'm seeing this. I think there are two aspects to what this card is telling us. Storm warning. Well, the word warning means it's coming, but it's not here yet. Why do we get a storm warning? We get one so that we can prepare. And this is what I've been telling you guys for the whole month of August, that August is a month to prepare to get yourself strong and healthy and clear-minded and centered in who you really are, because the fall could be quite tumultuous. So I suspect that this card is actually referring to what might unfold in the fall, that there could be some unexpected things that happen that could really throw us off. But the other thing I want to share with you guys about storm is also very symbolic of transformation. I mean, there are so many powerful elements that come together in synergy whenever there's a storm. And whenever a storm passes through, after it passes through, it can actually have a tremendous clearing and cleansing effect. It can have a rejuvenating, revitalizing effect. So if we were to take the meaning of this card in that sense, warning would more be along the lines of, be forewarned that you might go through some stuff. I mean, you can see in this card the ocean. There's water, there's water, wind, there's all the elements of the earth are present, but particularly looking at the ocean water, which is very unsettled. There's a lot of big waves, so that could mean that the storm for each one of us could actually create a lot of emotional upheaval if we are not prepared. The thing about a storm is when you're prepared, it gives you a feeling of confidence. It gives you a feeling of certainty. It gives you, I live in a hurricane zone, so I kind of know what that means. When you get yourself prepared, you feel secure, you feel confident, you feel like, okay, I can get through this. And it really makes a difference. So if we take that metaphor of a physical storm and a physical hurricane, could mean that too. You don't know. It could mean a bad storm hurricane season this year. But I don't really look at these readings as predictive as much as giving us some insights on what we can focus on. That's why I call it a weekly focus card reading. So if you want to take it on a physical level about a physical storm, if that's how it inspires you, feel free. You can always feel free to take meaning from these cards in a way that matters personally to you if you feel so inspired. That's completely fine. So anyway, so it could mean that, one other thing I want to mention, the number at the top, I know it looks like the number 10, but it's striking me more as a 1 and a 0. And to me, a 1 and a 0 is symbolic of duality. So right now in this third dimensional duality that we're living in, we are in that ascension process. And ascension can be very tumultuous. So it's kind of like this whole dimension, this whole third dimension of duality is really, really stirred up right now because those powerful cosmic energies of ascension are coming in. And that's part of the reason, maybe the main reason, that things feel so incredibly crazy right now. So that to me indicates that this is also about a bigger story. It's about this bigger story of our ascension and how ascension breaks down old realities. You can see in this image what looks like pillars, what maybe used to be a bridge or what used to be a structure of some kind. It's now being broken apart by this storm. So it symbolizes that the structure that we've all known so well is being broken apart by the power of this ascension energy and the frantic reaction of this third dimensional dualistic reality. Because whenever you stir up duality, you're always going to cause a lot of issues coming to the surface, to be transformed, to be transmuted, to be eliminated. So as you can see, there are multiple meanings to this card, but to me, the strongest one, because it says storm warning, the word warning is the strongest word for me in this reading. And I do not take warning as a sinister, scary word. I take it more as guidance to be prepared. So the best, you can prepare yourself. I know I'm repeating some of what I've been saying about August, but this to me is just another sign of how important it is to be prepared. We really are, you can maybe feel it, especially this week. There's just a bit of a lull, a bit of a, almost like a calm settling over things. And you know it's temporary. I mean, it's not going to last, right? But there's space. It feels like there's space. So in that space, make sure you don't procrastinate. Make sure you don't assume that everything's just going to be what it's like this week and maybe the next week. Spend some time getting centered within. Come to terms with who you are and who you want to be in this strange new world that we find ourselves in right now. This very strange world of transition and uncertainty and turmoil. Who do you want to be in this situation? Now, I recommend, as always, that you position yourself at a cosmic level. Now, that doesn't mean, you're some airy-fairy person whose head up is up in the clouds. What it means is that you recognize that being on planet Earth does not mean that you're not in the universe. Guys, this Earth is in the universe. Here's a little thing I'll just share with you, sort of an aside, but I always kind of laugh at people who say, oh, I want to go into space. I want to go into, like, space is out there somewhere. Space is not out there. We are about as in space as you could possibly get. We're in a galaxy. We're in a solar system. We're already in space. There's no going into space. We're in space. But that concept comes from the false belief that Earth is separate from the rest of the universe, that Earth is not a part of the universe. The universe is out there and Earth is here, and they're separate, and they're not separate. We are in the universe. We actually are cosmic beings. It's not something that you have to become. It's something to realize. It's something to accept. It's something to recognize. Every human being is a cosmic being, you guys. But if you're not going to perceive yourself that way, if you're going to perceive yourself as separate, as part of this weird reality that's based on a lie that there's nothing else out there, you're going to struggle when that reality starts to collapse and fall apart. You're going to struggle. So the way to mitigate that struggle, the way to calm yourself, is to recognize already that you already are a cosmic being in the universe. You are a citizen of this galaxy. There is stability in that recognition. Now, before I complete this, I just want to mention that I have, as you can probably tell, I've put some calming elements around this card. These flowers have a calming feel to them. The angel is holding rose quartz. This is a really interesting piece of rose quartz, you guys, because it actually has crystal points to it. You don't usually see rose quartz in this form. So this is a very special, unique piece of rose quartz, which I feel has just a beautiful, soothing, calming energy. And I put the angel here so you remember to ask your angels to support you. Okay, the more angelic energy you have around you in your life, the higher your vibration is going to be, the more calm you're going to feel, the more relaxed you're going to feel. So all of these elements indicate, even though the card says storm warning, if we were to take this whole little setting as a reading, what I'm saying about it is that these calming elements are there to surround you, to support you, to help you through any difficulty. You can make it through whatever storm is on the horizon in a beautiful, calm, peaceful, centered way, As you see, the elements around this card indicate calmness, peace, and serenity. So that is my wish for all of you guys, for whatever is in the future, that each and every one of you feels calm, feels centered, feels a sense of confidence, a sense of peace, and a sense of great clarity about who you are and where you yourself are going and ascending to as a wondrous cosmic being in this universe. So with that, I'm wishing you guys a beautiful week ahead. I will see you in the next video. Namaste, everyone.